And here we are, as every Friday. Welcome, everyone, all visionaries. Here is Maria and Ayrton with you, as every week. And today's topic is the gift of resiliency. And we thought about this today because of something that a beautiful friend of ours, told us this week. And he wanted to praise us, but it was a very interesting comment where he mentioned that the number of subscribers and the likes that we have in our channel after, I think it's been a month and a half here, more or less. Yeah. Okay. So that he found it was kind of low, and that he admired us for our resiliency. That's what he said. And I thought I thanked him for that, because I think I'm more proud of myself for anything doing with resiliency rather than anything doing with popularity, even though we both look forward for popularity so that we can spread our message and expand our business and experience our vision in the most expansive way that we can. Absolutely. And what it just came out from me to respond to him is that it's been life that has taught me about the power and the gift of resiliency and perseverance. I didn't know the gift or the power of this 5 years ago. I think I was still struggling with what was the ideal amount of time that I should invest in anything that I started. And I was still very much focused on, had a goal-oriented mind, and I was very much focused in the short-term results. So I was suffering in general very much because I wouldn't experience the short-term results and thought, okay, this is not working. I'm not good enough. This is not for me. Change something else. After so many times doing this, 10 years maybe, I just noticed that I was suffering in the process of creation, because as I was always more focused on the results rather on the process of creation, there was always an element of anxiety there, and something that was completely out of my control, which was how was the rest of the world going to perceive me and interact or respond to my creations, to what I put out. And I was kind of, in a way, unconsciously bringing my self-worth down and giving away my power. Like, depending on how much attention you pay to me, how much money you pay to me, or how many of you follow me, that's kind of my self-worth. And unconsciously, I was bringing myself down because of this. That on the one hand. On the other hand, I didn't quite understand that for things to really have an impact in the world, in the material world, they take time. And normally they don't take as little time as we would love to. Like, we want results the next day. In the physical world, things normally take more time. Extraordinarily, some creations can bring you immediate results. For most creations, they take time for you to get something back. And so these two things, after many projects and many anxious situations and self-deception and all of this, I started to understand that the only important thing was that I was exactly doing what I wanted to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't last long in doing something that I wouldn't truly love. So for me, it would be very easy to quit. If I was starting something that I was not truly in love with, the probability of me quitting that was really high. So I stopped doing things that I was not truly in love with. And then I started only focusing on the creation process. And when I was just focused on the pre-creation process, I realized that I was already happy. That actually, and this I'm sure you have already heard about this, you kind of lose the sensation of space-time when you're fully focused on doing or creating something that comes from a deeper place within you, or that truly excites you. And my third contribution here is that after I realized what my longest long-term purpose is, my vision is, I take small actions that I know are aligned and or connected with my higher vision. So there is no point for me to focus on the short-term results of these small actions, because I am creating something great on a human level, great, huge on a human level, and I'm co-creating it with the whole universe and with so many human beings here. It would be so short-minded for me to really expect to as a sign of you're doing well or not doing well just because of the short-term results of the small actions that take part of this higher purpose are bringing immediately something or not. I've just learned to disconnect from that and know that at some point the universe will give to me what I need and what is required for me to keep on expanding in the way and in the time that the universe finds is best for me and for everyone. And yes, and this is from me, and I pass it on now to you, my dear Ayrton, to whatever you want to share with us.
I'll play devil's advocate here in the topic we picked,
Mhm.
and in the way it is playing out in my life. It has been playing out in my life. I had the vision that I have for now over 10 years. So I was still in my teenage while I started developing this desire to change the world, bringing it to a very essential way of saying that. And I then realized at that point, when I found my vision, my love, kind of when I picked the call, how they would say with the hero's journey, who right now I don't recall the actual author, but we'll put it somewhere because
Yeah, okay.
it's a powerful metaphor, the hero's journey. There's there's so much fulfillment that I can get out of this, and the material rewards will be so immense, massive, over respect to what I truly need in a human journey and a human experience. It would be way more than what I actually need to live, what
Mhm.
my family needs to live, what my friends would could receive from me eventually. If I get lucky, I make it happen, I realize my dreams. And so the resiliency is that ability to adapt and change, is that ability to really work on yourself as much as things are maybe not showing up the way you wanted,
Mhm.
depending on the different plants and so on and so forth. The resiliency is that ability, is that trait. I would call it a trait, being resilient, that you develop so that you can pivot and you can rise from the ashes, and you can stand up again after falling back, bounce back, come back. Like there's these terminologies which are certainly beautiful. So devil's advocate playing, um, while we were talking through the title, the topic for today, I had this, um, for a moment, inability to grasp, okay, I'm gonna speak to that, though I'm not a mask. Let's say, kind of, let's pick a person that we oftentimes refer to and that most people would know. Like, I'm not Elon Musk. I am not the owner of a spaceship and can flee to Mars tomorrow. I don't have all that material abundance because I stuck to it. I have not sold PayPal. I have not created billion companies, $1 million, 7 figures, 5 figures, whatever figure, okay? I have spent probably more than what I got, than what I received back, in terms of the material abundance, in terms of material results, financial results, call it as you wish. And so I'm playing against the topic to show how the topic is solid. Resiliency. Without that, you would crack tomorrow. You would break yesterday. And it just gives you the idea of how much the inner work, if you are a true visionary, is important. It is fundamental. It is not an optional. Because if I had quit, I wouldn't have grown how much I have grown. And I haven't received the material abundance I was trying to get in the first place. I haven't. And I tell you clearly, as soon as I have, most likely what happens is that you see us two on a couch with a hyper professional kind of recorded video, Tom Giulio style, or whoever you may name, that do this stuff. Heck, I'm not stopping. Heck, I'm not breaking. Heck, I'm working on myself, observing what emotion I use this. I always have it with me. I always want to hear this ringing because it reminds me of how resilient I need to be, how much resilience I need to have, so that I keep it up. I keep on going. I need to be persistent. Persistence by itself might be very dangerous. Resiliency, though, refers to you and how you adapt to things. So this is a little bit my contribution in this very moment. I could repeat myself many times. The whole point here is it's worth the shot to keep it up with your dream. And the reason why we're creating such a space where we share unlimitedly, where we hold space as a community with all resources possible, bringing together all the knowledge, all the energy, all the passion, all the inspiration, all the accountability possible. It's because we believe in you. We believe in ourselves. We believe in what we want to do. We believe in what you want to do. And don't give up. Be resilient. Something might go wrong and frustrate you deeply. And I swear I've gone through much frustration. And I know you resonate. And I know Maria resonates. So much frustration. But, and I throw the but to the frustration, because I wouldn't use but because I would deny what I said before, but to the frustration, I'm here and we're here. Month 2, entering 3rd month pretty much, because it was end of March when we started. So entering 3rd month. Man, we're making it, and we're together with you for this. This is a little bit what I share, what I've got for you. Remember, what comes to you is for you. Quoting nice Tony Robbins, if you want. Everything happens for you. And I don't know, maybe someone else said that before him, but he's the one known for saying that. So
You just froze, or are we both frozen? Okay, to me, you're frozen. I don't know if I'm also frozen to other viewers or to yourself. Okay, don't know what to do here because I was not the one who opened the room.
So
Okay, dear, you're back. You're back.
I got lost in the space, but
Yeah. I don't know who got frozen first. You are frozen again, at least from my perspective. Let me check my internet connections a little bit.
and the beauty of life. The beauty of life. Do you hear me?
Okay, now I do. I know. How is your connection?
No, good.
Mine. I think it may be mine. Sorry. It's still working, but okay. So I think
But
we're
I got
like
bounced out. I got bounced out too. So, well, guys, you see, no matter what,
we were not dead.
and the beauty of the life is that we're far apart. And look at what happens. But keep it up.
Okay. What I have for you is, and here is a trap where I fell so many times. Starting, yeah, more than 10 years ago, almost everything that I started after 1 month, not seeing any results of the level that I was expecting to receive when I started whatever activity, whether it was a blog, anything. I started to feel tension. I started to feel any form of negativity and any form of depreciation, unconscious depreciation of myself, doubt, frustration, and I was trying to get myself back into being motivated again, but sometimes it was not easy. And I think after several times that this happened with different projects, I kind of looked myself from outside finally and thought, okay, you don't want to go down with the motivation or the frustration, but you're going there anyway because you're not getting the results that you want. So maybe first you need to look at what kind of results you are expecting to have from the very beginning, because it seems that they're normally at much more higher than from a kind of realistic perspective, and you're going directly into a pitfall in a very short period of time. So first of all, look at what are the results that you expect to receive. And then after a while, I thought, okay, well, I get sad, I get angry, I don't get the results that I want. And then what? Because unconsciously, I was reacting in a way as if someone was going to come and save me. Mm-hmm. In a way. So I started to see that kind of pattern in me of like, I get angry, I get sad, this is not working, I give it all up. Then the next month I start something different, until I realized, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I starting things that I don't really love, first of all? And second of all, why do I stop doing things that I really love? Why is it that I am so obsessed, just like maybe 90% of the population, with the short-term results? Why don't I see the value of the process of creation? And this has been, I think, one of the greatest things that life has taught me, to look deeply into my unconscious self, in the neediness to receive, to get back. So almost as I was putting something out there, the need to get something back almost immediately, the attachment to material things, the need to be seen in the world, which is a beautiful desire, but I had kind of the need to experience some form of recognition, to experience some form of success, all desirable and beautiful things, but not so much when they come from a needy place.
Can I kind of pick you, literally pick on you while you're sharing that, Maria, and kind of use the wonderful word So what I'm doing, I happen to look for the actual literal definition, right, of resiliency, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape. So it's also called the elasticity as well. And the actual first meaning is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, which is also said as toughness. Then what you were sharing, all these annoying sides, let's say, of I mean, your personality, like your difficulties, right? You were sharing what you struggled with.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of it. That's why I kind of interjected and picked on you. Like you were sharing those specific difficulties you've been going through. And the fact that you're now talking about that from a space of, from a place of I have learned not to, that is resiliency. And those kind of difficulties is what many visionaries, many of us go through and struggle with. And they really need to understand that if they stick to it with the intention of learning out of whatever coming to them and for them, maybe you didn't hear that because the whole internet went bananas a few minutes ago, but for them, it will teach them not to care, to be unapologetic, not to be dreaded by no likes, no subscribers. Indeed. That's huge. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's, Maria, so much growth that you shared about. And that's why I picked on you, because I really wanted to, okay,
Yes.
you're sharing the difficulties that they are going through. What is resiliency to those difficulties? You don't care anymore. You're fine with that. You keep on showing up here on YouTube channel, Visionaries Unlimited, no matter how many subscribers, likes, shares, comments we have. Powerful.
Yeah. And looking slightly deeper into it, or maybe wrapping up what I was saying, is that life taught me to choose well the activities where I was investing my time and energy. So to stop doing things that I was not attracted to or in love with. So life taught me to be very selective, which is wonderful. Life has also taught me to be focused on the process, on the path, so much more that on the end result, which is very temporarily and can be quite superficial. And so that doesn't work only for any project, that works for the whole life. The whole experience of life is about the journey, because the destination is death. so and then we could discuss what happens after that, but we can all agree there is a form of death or transmutation of matter or the character that we're playing within this body and all that. So the end point of success, that, or some form of success that we may be after, I mean, there's going to be a peak and of something, and at some point it's going to start going down. So if our happiness just depends on touching a peak, which is going to happen for maybe one day or an hour or something of that sort, there is a moment where that peak is not going to continually grow, because everything in nature has a limit in nature, and it's based on reality, and suddenly starts going down. So if your happiness depends on any external results that you're looking after, your happiness at some point is going to start to go down. If you're only focused or primarily focused on the doing and the process, and you choose the right things that are connected to you, happiness can only always be ensured. To the point that it was very interesting when, and I felt so happy that my friend made this comment. I thought one of the most excited moments in my week is the co-creation with Ayrton on YouTube. And I felt such level of joy of where I have led myself in life, to have this level of consciousness of what I'm doing and how important it is in the amount of love, and how I see it so much connected in the bigger picture. and how I've learned to disconnect myself from the short term, from the need of the short term results or the recognition or the money immediately coming in and all these things. So yes, we really wanted to bring this to you. And my last contribution is that if what you are doing and putting your time and energy on is your life dream, the life dream not happening can only happen if you give up. If you don't give up, there is always, always, always the possibility of this materializing.
Mm-hmm. And kind of picking it back up into the fact that you not giving up, or better, you giving up will just get you frustrated because it's your dream, something you truly care about. So giving it up, stop for a moment, think about you giving up everything you love, and how does that feel?
Like what
So,
else?
yeah, indeed. So that feeling is what you develop resiliency towards. The ability not being dreaded, crushed, overwhelmed by that feeling. That's the resilience. You're actually building the ability to play, adapt, pivot, avoid. Avoid is not a appropriate word here, but not to be crushed. Once again, not to be triggered by
or dragged down by this feeling.
Exactly, dragged down by that feeling. You need not to stop and work on yourself. With persistence, you develop resiliency. Without persistence, you're just breaking and letting yourself being drenched. If you want support, people who listen, people who get you, people you feel like home when you're with them, sharing your dreams, your projects, asking for resources, for support, accountability. All you need to do is to stick around here. Stick around to Visionaries Unlimited. Stick around Visionaries and the community we are creating, we have created, and we are hosting masterminds for every Tuesday. We'll be hosting more masterminds starting
15th.
June
Yeah.
the 15th. Just join, just stick around. And the best place to build resiliency for the sake of having your dreams realized will be just made for you. Open. You're welcome. You're welcome home. This is the last words I'll say. And if Maria wants to add one sentence.
We love you.
We love you. Stay visionary. We see you at the challenge.
And stay close. Yes. Thank you.